Hello world, special episode today. We're going to be showing you how to configure OpenAI Codex with the NotebookLM MCP. And I will show you a couple of the new support features that we added to NotebookLM MCP and CLI around slides and for the new cinematic feature that was added as a video overview that currently is only available for Ultra users, but we hope it will be available for Pro users as well. So let's jump in. So what is Codex? Codex is a tool from OpenAI. It's a coding tool available in a couple of flavors. There is the cloud version where you can just go and build your vibe coding app on the cloud. There is also a CLI version, and there is a Mac app that you can download for Mac and Windows, if I'm not mistaken. And what we've added recently to the NotebookLM MCP, specifically today, I'm continuously making updates, features, fixes, and one of them was a couple of community support. So PR, you can see a couple of PRs were added today. So thank you for the contributors. That's awesome. I appreciate it. But in order to make setup easy, I added a new feature that allows you to add the NotebookLM MCP and automatically configure it for every tool we support. And one of them is Codex. Now we have full support for Codex. And the cool thing about Codex is if you use the CLI or the app version, everything will be shared, the skills and the MCP. And I'll show you how to do that. I also added the ability to add the MCP to all tools that are installed on your system or remove them. And as mentioned earlier, yesterday, it's not experimental. I just confirmed it. I got access to Ultra accounts so I could verify that it worked. That also was a community contribution. Someone recorded all the RPCs we needed and sent it to me, which was awesome. So thank you again for the community for their contribution. We added slide support in 3.12, and I'll show you that as well, how you can create slides, but also update them, which is a new feature that was added. You can revise slides now and also download them as a PowerPoint. So how do we install this? Very easy. So NotebookLM and CLI are easy. Install one-line command. You can install using UV or pip or pipex or UVX. There's multiple options, all based on Python. And I like to use UV. So let me show you quickly how to do that. You take this and you copy. And once you do that, the tool will be installed. There's nothing to update because I had the tool pre-installed. And I can confirm the version. And I should be on 0.4.3, which is the latest. Awesome. So how do you add the MCP into Codex? Very easy. You just do NLM, setup, add, and I'll show you quickly what is the all. So all will scan my system for all supported AI tools that support MCPs and will ask me if I want to install one of them. So you can see Cloud Code, Gemini, Cursor, Klein, Anti-Gravity, and Codex is now officially supported. And the CLI is also applied for the app. But I will say none for this right now. And over here, I will set up the command. So NLM, setup, add, Codex. I should have Codex. I don't have Codex running, but if I'll do Codex MCP list, there we go. The MCP is configured. But what I like to do is also add the skill to make the AI tool that I'm using familiar with the MCP and specifically the CLI and how to use it. Because the skill, beyond just instructions on how to use the MCP and CLI, it includes a lot of examples, workflows. So there is references material comes with the skill. And the way to add the skill is NotebookLM, and we'll do skill install Codex, for example. So now I have the skill installed in the right location, and that's where you need to install skill for Codex. And as you'll see, this is shared by both Codex App and Codex CLI. Let's launch Codex. And this is going to be the CLI, and I'll show you the tool in a second. So as you can see, it's loading the MCP server, and it's fully loaded. Usually when you run the MCP, and I'll just open a quick window here, a new window, you need to make sure that you're authenticated. And the way to do that is to run NLM if this is your first time. After that, it will continuously doing this in the background, so you don't have to log in again, because the issue with NotebookLM is that the cookies and the tokens expire quickly within 20 minutes. So you need we need to re-authenticate, and that's done in the background. But the first time you need to do it, I'll just do it quickly. It will launch my browser and it will authenticate. And let me just do that quickly. So I am now logged in into the system with my user, and I should be good to go. So now let's go back into Codex, the CLI, and let's ask it just a basic question, just to make sure everything works. So list my notebooks. And as you can see, it automatically detected there is an associated skill. So it's loading the skill. Okay, so now it's executing, it's using the MCP this time, and you can see it lists all my available notebooks. So very straightforward. And let's show you quickly how this looks from the app. So if I go into the app and launch my Codex app for Mac, and what I want to show you first is that automatically, if I go here and click on settings and go into settings, you'll see under MCP server, I have my MCP already configured because I added it in the NLM command. So that's awesome. Let's go back, and you can see I also have the skills in that area. Here is the NotebookLM skill. So you can enable it, but essentially it tells the Codex app, this is the skill that you need to use for everything related to NotebookLM. Let's start a new thread. And again, let's ask it to list my notebooks, list my notebooks. So just like the CLI, it loads the skill first. So for example, in this case, it decides to use the CLI. So let's see if it's going to continue using the CLI. Confirm, and it's going to run this command. Yes. That's interesting. The CLI version decided to use the MCP, and the app version is defaulting to CLI. That's something interesting. And the same thing. So let me show you something really cool. This is a project I'm working right now. CC Claw. I hope to have some reveal at some point later. But what I want to do right now is show you an example how I can use the NotebookLM skill and MCP to take a project, and what I will ask Codex right now is to review this project and then create a dedicated notebook and create a slide for that notebook, and also create a cinematic video overview. Let's try this. So it's going to be a long prompt. Bear with me. I want you to scan this codebase. And once you have full understanding of what it can do, I want you to create a new NotebookLM under my account and include all the information that you learned as a pasted text. Feel free to add some of the README or other MD files as sources to that NotebookLM. Once that is done, I want you to create a slide that explains what this project is for non-technical audience, and I want you to create a cinematic video overview that explains what this solution is for non-technical users and why they should care. It's probably going to be a while, so I'm either going to skip or fast forward. We'll see what makes sense when I'm doing the editing. But it's reloading the skill, and now it's going to start reading all the information. And yeah, let's see what we get at the end. That'll be interesting. I haven't tried this before.
I spotlight illuminating the future of AI.
Okay, so let's go into the NotebookLM, and here it is. Let's see what it did. So as you can see, there are a few things. So he uploaded some of the markdown files, and I think this is the briefing. Yeah, so this is the pasted text that it copied over. And if I'll just close this, you'll see on the right, it creating a slide and a deck. But until that is ready, that will take a while. Again, the video will be ready in 30 minutes. So I may even show you just kind of to see how it looks like. What I do want to show you is if I'll go back, and the feature I wanted to share is you can see I have this NotebookLM slide. And what you can see here is, for example, I have this slide, right, that was created. And as you know, with slides, you can use them. They're pretty cool. They create pretty cool slides, and you can click on this button, and then you get full screen, and you can just present and do what you want. They also added this revise option, which allow you to revise the individual slide. You can go to each and every slide and tell it, modify this, make the text in a different color or less wordy, or fix the typo. And you can do that to each and every slide. And for example, let's say change the box color from yellow to red. And that will be applied specifically to that slide 5. And you can see it's going to cascade all the changes. So it will continue to accumulate all my requests, and then it will apply the revisions. So I'll go, for example, for this one, and let's say change the subject, the title of the slide to the reality instead of its current title. And let's generate a new text. So what happens when you do that, it takes the current slide, creates a copy with your revision. If I'll refresh this, this was my revised slide. So if you remember, I asked it to do a couple of things. So I asked it to change this box into red and also change this to the reality. So that's how the revise work. And if I go back into my NotebookLM and into the brief here, so you can see it already created that slide. Here is the deck. The last thing I'll show you is once this video is generated, I'll show you an example how a cinematic video looks like on NotebookLM. We'll be right back. Okay, so we are back. It created just a couple of minutes ago. It finished creating. It's about 30 minutes as I estimated. And let's see how it looks. So I'll give you a few seconds before I let you watch this. I'd like to thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.
But all of that execution capability is trapped at your physical desk. If you step away from your keyboard, you lose access to your most capable tools. Most mobile AI interactions rely on web-based chat windows. These act as blank slates that forget who you are and what you are doing the moment you close the browser tab. This creates severe operational friction. When a critical server issue arises, or you need to test a sudden idea while riding the train, your smartphone remains completely disconnected from your actual work environment. Physical access and workflow continuity are now the primary constraints on human-computer interaction, as the intelligence of the AI itself has already outpaced our ability to use it away from a desk. These models reach their full utility only when the desktop's raw power is
AI spotlight illuminating the future of AI.